People selling things, they have these plastic bags, we call it nylon waterproof, that they put in something for you. So I went, let me shock you guys, as in this one shocked me, but let me still shock you guys with this one. Where we are coming from, they sell meat like in the open market. Why people selling meat in their house? So I went there. These people don't sell meat in an open air, in an open space. These guys are so welcoming, they are so warm, they are so chilled. Tell me why, like, you come to a country for the first time and people there are not looking too angry, like they are not looking like they have come to beat you up, or they are angry with you for coming to their country, because some countries are like that. When you are entering, you'll be seeing some mean faces, but it's not like that in Kenya. Their immigration checks was the fastest I've ever had in my life. Like, I'm Frances, and today we are diving into something that is very, very interesting. If you don't know, I visited Kenya some time ago, and today I'm going to tell you guys the culture shocks that I experienced in Kenya, my experiences and things that shocked me so hard when I visited Kenya. Please, let's dive right into it. My shock started immediately I landed to Kenya airport. Okay, so once I got out from the airport and booked my Uber, I headed outside to go meet the driver. Immediately I got out, I was going straight to the right side of the vehicle. I went straight to the part where the driver was supposed to sit, and he was like, hello, you have to come over to this side. So that thing shocked me. I'm like, okay, so you guys do the other way around here. And that's one big shock for me. So once I got to the apartment I was supposed to stay, I just rested that night. The next day I headed outside to get some things. I didn't go with any bag. I didn't go with anything to pick up things that I'm supposed to be getting at the supermarket, owing to the fact that, okay, where we are coming from, once you go to the supermarket to get something, like the people selling things, they have these plastic bags, we call it nylon waterproof, that they put in something for you. So I went with my bare hands thinking that, okay, they are going to have something that they'll put what I bought for me. Now so I carry my things like that for one day, go for my apartment. There was literally no plastic bag in Kenya. Like, they don't do plastics, rather they use this reusable bag. I'm going to leave a picture of it on the screen. They use these reusable bags, and you have smaller one and bigger one. So depending on the one you want to buy, you can buy for 10 bob, 20 bob, and I had to get one of those bags so that I could use it throughout my stay in Kenya. Once I stepped out on the street and I noticed the matutu, the colorful boxes, it shocked me, because we don't do that where I'm coming from. Our buses are maybe painted in the same color. If maybe the states, depends on the states or part of Nigeria you're living, they have maybe one particular color allocated to each state. But in Kenya, everybody, they flex their color, they do their thing for their box, and it's looking so colorful, so beautiful. So when I saw it first, I was like, what's going on here? So they painted the cars, and it was looking so beautiful, it was looking so attractive, and some of them will be blasting the songs in the car, it's looking like a nightclub during the daytime. Like, there were so many people in the car, and a lot of Kenyans, they love the matutus, man, and it's like the Uber is for people maybe that are running late to where they are going to, but the real Kenyans are in the matutu, jamming to their sounds and all. And also the motorcycles too. You see motorcycles driving by, and they'll be hitting loud music. The driver that took me around Kenya then was like, do you people play loud music in motorcycles in your country? I was like, hell no, we don't do that where I'm coming from. So he was like, okay then, welcome to Kenya. Let me shock you guys, as in this one shocked me, but let me still shock you guys with this one. Where we are coming from, they sell meat like in the open market. I was looking for where to buy meat. I was asking around, where can I buy meat? And they pointed their house for me. I'm like, why people selling meat in their house? So I went there. These people don't sell meat in an open air, in an open space. They build proper butcher houses, like beautiful, clean butcher houses. Like, you go there, no flies. They have these things that trap flies. You can't find any fly clustering around the meats, like everywhere. Damn meat smells good and is freakingly amazing. I can't lie to you. Okay, another one that gave me a shock of my life is their mixture of English and Swahili. You'll be talking to someone right now, like, okay, the next minute you ask a question in English, the next minute they'll be like mixing it up with Swahili. I don't know what they say, but the mix of the English with the Swahili, and I'll just be left confused. Like, what are you saying? Please speak to me in English. I don't understand Swahili. They'll be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and they'll say something that I could understand. So that one, the way they mix their thing, they'll just switch from English, proper English to boom, Swahili. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, here is a very positive shock. These guys are so welcoming, they are so warm, they are so chilled. Tell me why, like, you come to a country for the first time, and people there are not looking too angry. Like, they are not looking like they have come to beat you up, or they are angry with you for coming to their country, because some countries are like that. When you are entering, you'll be seeing some mean faces. But it's not like that in Kenya. Their immigration checks was the fastest I've ever had in my life. Like, when I went to Gabon, I spent almost my life at the immigration check. But for Kenya, it was the fastest I've ever experienced in my life. Like, a few minutes they were done, and they were like, oh, welcome to Kenya, what are you here for? And I said, and that was it. I went to change some money. My phone was down. I met one of the guys that were selling cards, like SIM cards for calls and data. So I met him. He just warmly welcomed me, told me where I could power my phone and make my calls and order my Uber. Guys, they were so warm, and I felt welcomed. Immediately I entered Kenya. And also they smile, like they smile, they laugh a lot. They are so welcoming, like so welcoming. Like, where we are coming from, as someone that made content, I know I get people giving me that hostile attitude when you're close to them with cameras. It's not the same in Kenya. Like, I visited a place where they sell meat, which I've posted in my channel. I visited a place where they sell meat. Like, these people literally were so comfortable with me making my videos. They even joined me to do a challenge. Like, they joined me to do the challenge. Like, they didn't know anything about the challenge. I just gave them tips on how to do the Laho challenge, Desperado, many. They had to join me, like, immediately, picked up their lines, and they did the challenge. No stress. They are so welcoming, they are so friendly, and it's something that I love about Kenya that I'll go visit again some other time. Traffic in Nairobi is not for the faint-hearted, my guys. Traffic in Nairobi is not for the faint-hearted. If you have somewhere important to go, you have to wake up early. Like, if you have an appointment by 10 or 11, please leave your house as early as 7, 8, okay? So you could beat up the traffic and be able to get there. And it's usually much during the rush hours, that's during school period, in the morning when you're about to go to school, take your kids to school or go to work, or when people are coming back from their offices, people are coming back from work, from school. During those hours, it's usually jam packed. Like, there are so many cars, there are so many bikes, there are so many matutus. Like, everywhere will be jammed. Like, I was coming when I went to the west side for something. Actually, when I was coming back, I think I left the west side at about 3 p.m. in the evening, and I go home about 6. Like, I was on the road all through that time. It wasn't funny. Traffic no be here, no be here. Please, my Kenyan viewers, I want to ask you guys something. I want to know, I want to understand, because I have no knowledge about this particular one. Do Kenya run a cashless policy? Do you guys have a cashless economy or something like that? Because most times I hire a ride and I come with cash. Most times they wouldn't have change, they wouldn't have small money to give me back as my change, and either you end up leaving it for them, or you go to buy things from shop. Because if you even go to other shops and be like, okay, give me, they don't have change. They have change. So the first time I left, like, I had a ride that was 900 Kenya shillings. I gave 1,000, okay, and the guy was like, no change. I'm like, oh, you have a car? You're supposed to have change in your car? And they're like, no, that do I have M-Pesa? I'm like, no, I don't know what M-Pesa is. What's M-Pesa? So you're like, oh no, we are so sorry that they don't have change. So you had to go to some shops and ask around if they could give, which they did not. And that day, I let that go. But on the second time, I had to go buy something and get small change available, because if you convert that money that you're leaving for that driver, convert it to my currency, it will cook up pot of soup for you. So I'm not taking that chance. I am not taking that chance again. No. I had to go and get my change available. I think, guys, that Kenya was the Garden of Eden, like the one we used to see in the Bible. I think it's Kenya, because why is it so green? Why is there plants everywhere? Where is everywhere green? But it's beautiful. I love it. I love nature. How the place is clean, and the trees are not just there like looking bushy, well trimmed, and the streets are damn neat and beautiful. Wow, I would say Kenya is the Garden of Eden. I think it's only Nigeria that pays rents yearly, because I've been to Gabon, I've lived in Gabon, and Gabon pays rent monthly. Went to Kenya pays rent monthly. I think where we are coming from, we are the only ones that pay yearly rent, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or bad thing, because if you have to pay for the whole year and relax, and then there is some other places they are paying their rent every month, like monthly. As this month is ending, you're renewing your rent as fast as possible. But where I'm coming from, we pay our rent yearly in Nigeria. But the one way sweet me past, the one that I love a lot, is that when I was in the self-serviced apartment I rented, the bar close to me was always jamming Folomako, Angie, like zombie. Or they are giving back-to-back Nigerian hits. Like I was like, yeah, go there, hip and do the right thing. Like I think Africa, not just Kenya, where I was coming from before, the Gabon, they also hit Nigerian songs back-to-back a lot of times, and that one made me a bit proud. For the weather in Kenya, I feel it's mostly chilled a lot of times, and we are no AC. Like there was no AC where I lodged, where I stayed. No single AC. Like, is there a time that Kenya gets hot, or is it always that chilled? Because when I came, most times I had to cover myself with a duvet, close my windows to be able to sleep comfortably, and there was no AC. And it was that chilled. There was no AC. I didn't even see any AC around. Like no AC at all. I had to cover myself to sleep, because if I didn't cover myself to sleep, I was almost shivering, like I almost got cold. I had to cover myself to sleep, close my windows to sleep, so that I won't catch cold that much. The drivers in Kenya are so cheerful. These people are so friendly. Like if you watched the first video I made about Kenya, facts about Kenya, like see what Kenya looks like, check it out on my channel. The guy that picked me up at my apartment to where I was going, like he never kept quiet. He was giving me back to back gist about Kenya. Like anywhere we get to, he will point out like this is this. Like he made vlogging like literally easier for me. Just like other places where I'm coming from, their drivers are always aggressive. The transfer aggression that they got from their wife, their children, the government, they'll transfer it to their passenger, and they will come and keep face like you have been fighting with them, or you snatched their girlfriend or boyfriend from them. Like what the? Why are you guys so aggressive in Nigeria? For you guys to know too, we don't use coin in Nigeria, but they do in Kenya. They still have their 1 shilling, 1 Kenya shillings, 2 Kenya shillings, 5 Kenya shillings, 10 bob. Like they call it 1 bob, 2 bob. Like what is bob? Is it electric bulb? Why people call it money bulb? Is it bulb or bulb? Like is it electric bulb? So, but they still use coin, and it's amazing. The one to where I lived before uses coin, and I think other countries still use this coin. It's only Nigeria that don't use coin. Sad. The only experience that I had in Kenya that got me a little bit upset was the driver that took me back the day I was coming back to Nigeria. Like it was a rainy morning. I booked that ride around 6 a.m. in the morning. This driver, the ride in the app was showing 700 Kenya shillings, and I was like, okay, I booked the ride. So the driver called, I was like, I can see the weather is bad. Can I give him extra 150 for him to take me to the airport? I was like, fine, it's okay that I need to go catch my flight as soon as I can. So we got to we are going, it was okay, nice. Driver never told me that I was the one that would pay for the toll gates, passing at the toll gates. Like I wasn't aware of that. I had to pass through the toll gate. Like immediately we passed through the toll gates. So driver was like, okay, my ride includes passing through the toll gate, and it increased from the extra 150 that's 850, increased to I think 950. So as we got to the parking lot, and he was like, oh okay, that's the parking lot. I gave him 1,000, and he was supposed to give me change, and he was like, he doesn't have change. He sent me shoe that I had with change. He said he doesn't have change. I'm like, oh, what are we going to do? He stepped out, went to I think an M-Pesa shop or something, and he said they weren't opened. So he came back and was like, okay, that they have increased the money. They've charged him for parking longer than he was supposed to park, and the money has increased again. So I'm like, what's going on? So that means I'm not getting any change from this money I'm giving you now. Yeah, he was like, yes, that's what it means. That in fact I'm supposed to balance him more money for parking longer than he's supposed to. So it really like got me upset. I just had to pack up my bag and left. I was like, why do I have to come out? Initial bill was 750 and we agreed to 850, and at the end of the day we are paying that extra, that much more money, and because I wasn't aware of it and it really got to me. I think that's the only sad experience, or like, it's not really sad, that got me upset because I wasn't pre-informed about most of those activities that made me spend that much money when I was leaving. So those were my top culture shocks and experience in Nairobi. Honestly, Nairobi is a city filled with like contrast energy, and if you've been to Nairobi before, if you've lived in Kenya, please, do you have similar culture shock, or do you have another one that is different? You can leave it in the comment section. Let's share our experiences. Thank you so